Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
Hello, good to meet you. My name is Edwin Hubble, and you may know me as the inspiration and influence for the creation of the Hubble telescope, which was named after me because of my previous work.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
At the time, during the early 1920s, what I was primarily attempting to understand was the structure of the universe we currently live in. More specifically, I was attempting to map out the size of the universe, which at the time was under a lot of discourse. At the time, most of my peers within my field seemed to have been under the idea that the universe was kept at a fixed size, a notion that I would later disprove. I also discovered that we are not the only galaxy in our universe. Others felt the same way, but I was the first to truly prove that notion with evidence. I was specifically studying the Andromeda Nebula, which had not yet been observed with enough precision to see the individual parts. But I was able to show that the Andromeda Nebula was shown by multiple stars and that it was not simply a cluster of gas. When I looked at and magnified Andromeda and found some Cepheid variable stars, it was through them and I was able to fully discover and prove that the universe is expanding.
Where did the project or experiment occur?
The project and experiment that I was a part in occurred at Mount Wilson Observatory, specifically with the 100-inch Hooker telescope, which was the largest telescope at the time.
What other significant events were happening around the world at that time?
During that time, World War II had just erupted, and I sought to come and join the fight against the Nazis. My war duties occurred in Maryland at the Aberdeen Proving Grounds, and because of my work, I was able to earn the Medal of Merit in 1946 for my contribution to ballistic research.
Who else was involved in the project?
Well, Milton Humason was also involved alongside me in this project. Together, we were analyzing redshifts together, and he was instrumental in helping me realize that the distant galaxies were in fact moving further away from us.
What was your role in the project?
Well, other astronomers such as Vesto Slipher had previously observed redshifts, but I was the first to truly connect redshifts to the distance. Previous astronomers like Gorgas Lamarche had already created a model of an expanding universe, but without my results, they were unable to prove that their specific model was true. I was also able to use that distance relationship to prove that galaxies were moving further away, just like others, like Lamarche, had predicted themselves.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
Well, my work impacted the physics community by giving them evidence to legitimize a new model of the universe. My work also built the foundation to later understand the Big Bang Theory. And the Big Bang Theory is what mapped out the origin of the universe as we know it.
What did you do before doing any astrophysics?
In the autumn of 1913, I was actually hired by New Albany High School in Indiana to teach Spanish, physics, and mathematics, as well as to coach basketball. I was a beloved part of the establishment, and in the high school yearbooks, I was dedicated with this statement: to our beloved teacher of Spanish and physics, who has been a loyal friend to us in our senior year, ever willing to cheer and help us both in school and on the field, We, the class of 1914, lovingly dedicate this book. And after the school term ended in May 1914, I decided to pursue my first passion, which was in astrophysics. Thank you
Okay.
for
Thank you
interviewing.
for the answers. Yeah, you've done a good job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Bye.
yeah.